Have you ever wondered how many backlinks it would actually take to move your website to the top of the search results? In this video, we're going to talk about how to find out how many backlinks that you need to be able to rank higher online and beat out your competitors. So stay to the end to learn how to optimize your SEO strategy to make this work. So let's get into it. Okay, so before I get into how to show you how many links you're going to need to be able to rank higher on Google, it's important to understand the phraseology of where links fit inside of SEO. One of the biggest mistakes that we see is that people will create a piece of content focused on a main keyword, and then they'll immediately start building links for this content. We would not recommend doing this at all. And the main reason why is because you have to first understand if Google even finds the content that you've written to be relevant to the keywords that you're targeting. So here at BKA, we tackle an SEO content strategy in 3 different phases. The first phase involves creating content consistently. And the main reason why you need to create content consistently is because Google is a hungry algorithm. And just like any other algorithm, the more you engage with it, the more it will reward you with traffic and rankings. So in this first phase, it's really important to be able to target those main keywords that you want to target, as well as targeting low competition keywords to give yourself a good mix, and then writing and creating really good content and posting it online every single month. Now, Google is huge, so it takes some time for the algorithm to index your content and ping it around to find out exactly where it's going to start ranking for keywords. This time period is extremely important because the second phase of our SEO content strategy is to then take a look at this content and see what Google is ranking it for. This step is so important because it'll show you if Google is actually ranking your content for the types of keywords that you want it to rank for. If it is, then it means that Google is finding your content to be very relevant to that search term that you're targeting. But if it's not ranking for keywords that are relevant to what you were trying to target, then it means a few different things. Number one, it can mean that your content just isn't written very well, or it isn't focused good enough onto the keyword that you're targeting for Google to find it relevant. Number two, it could also mean that maybe the content just is going after too many keyword clusters and you need to actually focus in or dial it in and narrow it down on one keyword or keyword cluster. This second phase is what we refer to as SEO content optimization. So this process would involve taking a look at your content, seeing if Google is ranking it for keywords, and if it's not, then you need to make some SEO decisions on whether or not you need to branch off and create a second piece of content that's more focused or more narrow, or if you just need to adjust that existing content to see if it'll start to rank better. Phase 1 and phase 2 can be rinsed and repeated often to make sure that you're getting the desired result. And the sweet spot that we've found is ranking in the top 20 to 30 on Google for the main keyword that you're targeting for that piece of content. Once you're in that sweet spot, you're ready for link building to really make the biggest impact that it can make. And I'm going to give you a simple way to take a look at how many backlinks your content would need in order to rank highly on Google. And I'm going to show you this using SEMrush. Now, if you don't have access to SEMrush, we actually have an affiliate link down in the description below, which gives you a 7-day free trial. So to show you how to do this, I want to give you a real world example. So here's a publishing site that we're doing some testing on. And the keyword of this content is illicit versus illicit. So this is a grammar type of post, a grammar type of website. So now we are assuming that we have already finished phase 1, phase 2, we've optimized this content, is already ranking within the 20 to 30 spot on Google for the keyword illicit versus illicit. So we're going to use this example to figure out how many links we would need to be able to get this content to rank to the top spot on Google. So if we head over to SEMrush, the very first thing that you want to check for is your domain authority. And the first thing we want to do is go to the domain overview here at the top left. And we want to type in the main root domain of our site. And when we do this, SEMrush is going to give us some data. And the very first thing we want to look at is the authority score. So this is basically the domain authority of your domain. So this example site has an authority score of 14. This is important because this shows you the competitive arena that your website can play in. Now we want to analyze the main keyword and find out who is ranking high for that keyword and how many backlinks we potentially would need in order to beat them out. So the way that we find this out is we go to the keyword overview section here inside of SEMrush. And in this section, you're going to type in the main keyword that your content is completely optimized for. And you're going to go ahead and click search. So you can see the data here is showing that this keyword has a search volume of about 1.9K and the keyword difficulty is about 26%. And if we scroll down, this is what you're really looking at. So this is showing the top 10 search results for this keyword and who is ranking above us. Now remember, the first metric that we looked at was authority score. The example website that we're talking about here has an authority score of 14. So it's showing the authority score of these other competing websites that are actually ranking above me. Now it also shows referring domains and the number of backlinks that these pieces of content have that are targeting the same keyword that I'm trying to win. You can really kind of see the power of authority score here. The higher the authority score, the less links you need in order to make a bigger impact online. So you can see on this first one, they have an authority score of 25. They only have 8 backlinks, whereas the second ranked piece of content has a 21 authority score and almost more than double the backlinks on that one, right? But my website sits right in between these two, the number 3 and the number 4 spot on Google out of 14. So I know that I'm going to need anywhere between 5 to 10 backlinks to probably move the needle or get myself within the top 5. So is it possible for my website that's an authority score 14 to be able to compete or outrank this authority score 25? Yes, it is. But there's a lot of different factors that have to play into that. One of those factors could be how my piece is written. Could I write a better piece that Google would find more relevant than this first ranked spot? Also, the quality of backlinks, which we're going to talk about in just a moment, could definitely help me to rank higher than this site. But just taking a look at this, I would want to have realistic expectations of potentially sliding in here in this third spot, just based on how my website is ranked and how it can compete. Now let's talk about the huge elephant in the room, which is that all links are not created equal. So in a situation like this, where I may only need 5 to 10 backlinks to get within the top 5 of Google, the type of links that I get are extremely important and can either set me up for success or can set me up for failure. When I say that all links are not created equal, what I'm talking about is the relevancy of the link. Now there are lots of places online that will sell you cheap backlinks, but you usually get what you pay for. And what I mean by that is that these links are just not relevant. So for example, the piece right here that we're trying to rank for is about grammar rules. Now, if I get links from websites from like kid toys or software or big data sites, Google is not going to look at those links as being very relevant. And if the link isn't relevant, it's not going to do much to help you move up in the rankings. This is where a lot of people make the mistake of buying cheap backlinks, not seeing results, and then they swear off backlinking altogether. The key is adding a layer of quality control to the backlinking process, which is what we do here at BKA Content. When we get a client here at BKA that's looking for backlinks, our team takes a lot of time to be able to do a lot of research and vet the types of websites that we would reach out to be able to get relevant, high quality backlinks to their site. One of the things that we do when we do blogger outreach or outreach to other websites is we verify that their domain is the domain authority that they say it is. We can do this by taking a look at the history of the domain and making sure that the domain authority has been consistently high, or that number that they claim it to be, for a long period of time. We also get human eyes on the linking website to make sure that it is relevant to what your website is offering. And by doing this, we're able to get much higher quality links. In fact, our average is a domain authority of 50 or above. And when you get high quality links, you often need less of them to make the impact that you need to make. So in our opinion, if you're going to pay for links, you might as well get the highest quality link that you can get to get the most bang for your buck. So again, if you need help with high quality backlinks, come on over to bkacontent.com to learn more. So to recap, links are a super strong signal to Google that your content is relevant for the keyword that you're trying to rank for. But links should only be applied after you've created a good piece of content and optimized that piece of content to make sure that it is as dialed in as it can possibly be before throwing links at it. And in our experience, that sweet spot is ranking within the 20 to 30 spot on Google for that main keyword. So if you're ranking in that top 20 to 30 spot for that main keyword, you are primed for high quality links to start making a difference. And that's all I really have for you today. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please click like and subscribe so that you'll be notified when we put out more content like this. Thanks so much for joining me today, and we'll see you on the next video.